Hey, what's going on, guys? Back at it again with another deck list video, and today what I'm going to bring to you is the updated deck list version of the Dragon Link deck that I was playing last month. As you can see, not much has really changed, but I feel like there's enough that's kind of important to kind of go over and explain a little bit. Apologies, I know this one is also late, just like the combo video was. I have had some scheduling issues, which recently changed, and as a result, I haven't been able to do as much remote dueling. And while IRL tournaments are slowly coming back, I know my locals have started back up again. Because of my scheduling issue, I have not been able to play yet. But hopefully, here in the next coming weeks, I should be able to play test a little bit more, be able to go to locals and do some remote duels. Not much should change beyond this, but I feel like there's still more that I could do if I played a little bit more. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this really quick. So starting off, 3 Tracer, 3 Safert, 1 Black Metal, and 1 Chamber. I bumped Black Metal down to 1 because as nice as it is as a starter, it's not something you really want to see as your main starter as much in comparison to something like Safert. A lot of times you could see in the combo video the black metal was what I was using to extend, and if you normal summon it to add the red MD, you can't do that play later on when you're going into from the link 2 over to the LP, and then whatever you would extend with is instead probably either going to be your Brotar or it's your Chamber that's going to be adding your Tidying. So that's why I think it's better at 1 as opposed to 2, but it's still a really nice card either way. Tracer, this card could be bumped down to 2. What I've kind of been experimenting with a little bit is bumping Tracer down to 2, playing an extra 3 of Hand Trap like a Droll or a Nibiru or something like that, and just playing a 42 card variant. I feel like that's better if you have a more competitive locals. However, mine's more casual. So just having like 1 Hand Trap at 3 like really isn't all that bad. But yeah. And then moving on, we've got the Collapse Serpent, the Wyvern Burster, the 1 Red MD, 1 Recharger, 1 Synchron, 1 Absa Router. I was kind of experimenting back and forth between 2 of Recharger, 2 of Synchron, and I think the better option is just to play 1 and 1. Sometimes you run through too many quick launches, or you like open up like a Synchron or a Recharger, or you mill it off of this card and you kind of have a dead quick launch, but like that doesn't really matter too much in the end. And as nice as Recharger is later on, generally there are better plays to make, but it is what it is. Again, you can experiment with 2 of this or 2 of this. I just kind of cut it down. Number 1 to condense it down to 40, and number 2 to help with a little bit of the like overall consistency. And then we've got 1 Nocto, 1 Brotar, and 1 Levy to round out the extenders. I know I said in the first deck list video I wanted to try this at 3, but you do run into like massive consistency issues sometimes, as nice as this card is to see. So I think leaving it at 1 is kind of the play. It's really nice when you see it, but there are a lot of times when you see this card and you're like, ooh, this could have been something better. So I'm just going to leave it at 1 for now. And then for the Dragunity package, is just standard 3 Remus, 1 Legatus, and 1 Baby Rock. And then to round out the monsters, it's just the 3 Lancia. My locals and the remote duels I've been doing, it's heavily still like Dragon Link, heavily still Dinosaur. So again, Lancia provides like the overall like best hit to those while also providing really good synergy with your Chaos engine. So I'm just gonna leave the Lancia in. But like I said, maybe I might play. You could also cut the Tracer to 2 and then just play another set of hand traps and play 42. I think that's just better overall, but I don't know. I kind of like it at this right now. And then moving on to the spells, 1 Boot Sector, bumping it up to 3 Ravine, 3 Chaos Space, 3 Quick Launch, and 3 Guard Dragon. As nice as this is at 2, I've noticed there's a lot of issues sometimes in this particular build where sometimes like 2 kind of really just isn't enough. I know it can get you there to full combo, but sometimes you see it, or there are times where you just wish you had the third. So I've been playing it at 3. I've only opened up 2 once, which again was perfectly fine because like you can also discard it, or it just helps you like not needing to use like the Remus. But it is what it is. You can play 2, you can play 3. Don't play 1. You need to play at least 2. I'm liking 3 at the moment. You could also I've seen a couple people play terraforming. That's not my cup of tea, but I understand if you want to play that card instead. But I'd rather just play 3 Ravine. And then for the last 2 cards, it's just 2 tidying. 3 is a little bit too much, especially because you're only playing 1 chamber, and this is a going first variant, so you really don't want to see this card in your hand. So it's really good to play more than 1, but playing 3 you might run into some issues. But you can play 2, you can play 3. It's up to you, honestly. And then moving on to the extra deck, I believe it's the same. It's just 3 striker, 1 Pisty, 1 LP, 1 Seal, 1 Romulus, 1 Galaxy Satellite Dragon. Still playing this card, still loving this card. I'll go into a little bit here in just a minute what you can play instead. 1 Quad Boral, again, absolutely necessary in this specific list, because as you saw from the combo video, you need this to make your big max going first board. 1 Boral Sword, and then moving on to the Synchros, it's just the Gators, the Crystal Wing, the Boral Savage, the Chaos Ruler, and the Hot Red. Again, really the only card that I would consider cutting is maybe the Galaxy Satellite for something else. Some people want to cut this to 2. I don't know why. You honestly do really need 3, but you can do whatever you want to do. But yeah, it's just up to you. And then the side deck here is actually just more of general discussion for the list. I watched Elise. I saw her build, so I kind of wanted to explain a little bit the difference between this one and hers. So she's playing like this whole package. In my honest opinion, I think that's just better. Like I feel like that hits everyone more than simply putting all your negates in a bounce on the field and passing. But I I've tried this once or twice in the past, and there are some real consistency issues. But you can play this package if you want. It's up to you. She just posted it a couple days ago if you want to take a look at that one. But personally, I as great as this package is, as better as I think this is, I just personally prefer making the Crystal Wing without a normal summon, and then using whatever else to just extend on into however many more negates you can make. But again, you can do whatever you want, honestly. This is just kind of more of a general discussion. And then for hand traps, I know I'm only playing the 3 Lancia. The other options you could play are the Cyframe package. Droll's a really good option. Phantasme is really good if you know you're going up against Link decks. Ash is just, generically standard. People play Ghost Bell too, or Skullmeister. So people play Triple Tactics Talent. I've seen some people play Droplets. You can play Dark Ruler. Again, it's whatever you want to do, but I feel like these are kind of like the 3 most like the best possible options, like your 3 best options beyond just the Lancia. And then for the cards that I would cut instead of Galaxy Satellite Dragon, Halley Fibrax, I know there are plays you can make, like with the World Legacy Guard Dragon, to bring back something like your Synchron, to make that, and then use that as your Link arrows. But in my honest opinion, if you're doing that, there's probably a play that you're missing, or you're making a last-ditch effort at a point where you probably already lost the game. Like I've done that, and I don't think I've won any game that I've had to resort to making a Halley Fibrax instead of something like a Romulus. But but it's whatever you want to do. And then Dill, like I was saying from the previous deck list, this is also another card that you can make as your Link too. But again, I personally prefer this card. But you can play whatever you want to play. Also with the with this variant, the DMZ into Dragon Buster variant, I think Elise was playing also like Apollosa and Saryuja. So if you're going to go this route, I would say you're probably going to need to find room for those cards as well. But again, I personally prefer rather just going from, straight from the Remus and Legatus into the Gator-ish, climbing up into the Crystal Wing. But again, this is more of a template, but this is generally just the deck list that I've been running for the most part when I'm able to play. But yeah, again, this is just whatever you want to do at this point with Dragon Link. Now, just one last bit for this video. I don't want to make this 17 minutes like the last two have been, so I know I'm kind of flying through this as fast as possible, but I do have all of these lists right here that I can go through. If you guys want to see a specific list, if you guys see anything in here specifically that you want to see, comment down below and tell me what you guys want to see. And if there's something that you're not seeing here that you want me to cover, again, let me know in the comments and I'll build it and I'll test it and I'll give you guys kind of a deck list to work with. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Depending on how many more remote duels and IRL events that I'm going to do here in the next couple weeks, I do kind of want to update this one more time going into July. I know this isn't the best Dragon Link variant. I'm pretty sure the Destruction Sword, anything that makes Destruction Sword is probably better than sitting on this. I know Elise just makes better deck list videos, but I do want to kind of go at this one more time and just to see before hopefully they don't take it out back, but let's be honest, they're probably going to. Just kind of go through this one more time and just see what I can do to like finish it off, So yep, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.